The Brain of Cthulhu is quite an odd boss. It only has 1250 HP in Classic and 2150 HP in Expert, making it have the least amount of health of any boss in the game. However, it is a little misleading as the Brain has little minions that must be killed in order to actually damage the Brain proper. Each creeper, no not that one, has 100 HP or 170 HP on their respective difficulty, and there are 20 of them. However, in For the Worthy there are 40. So if we do some math, that is about 3250 HP or 5525 HP, putting it ahead of King Slime or the Eye of Cthulhu, but just shy of the Queen Bee's classic mode health, but more than the Bee's extra mode health. This is because the Brain's extra mode health boost factor, say that 5 times fast, is 1.7 times, and the Queen Bee is only 1.4 times. Also, in addition to the 20 creepers with 100 times 1.7 health. Anyways, the Brain itself deals 30 or 54 contact damage respectively, and its creepers deal 20 or 36. The Brain has 14 defense, and the creepers have 10 defense. Once all the creepers have been killed, the Brain of Cthulhu will enter its second phase where it will move much faster and attempt to ram the player. The Brain is really unique in this phase as it's the only boss to be able to take knockback and the only boss who doesn't appear on the minimap. So game-wise, it's super weak, but in a meta sense, it knows your weakness. In Extra mode, Mr. Cthulhu gets a huge glow up as its second phase. As its health drains lower, it will begin to fake mirror images to distract and hide itself as it gets closer to the player. Additionally, in Expert mode, the Brain and its minions can deal specific debuffs upon hitting the player. The creepers will always proc a debuff, and the Brain only has a 1/3 chance of proccing one. The debuffs aren't actually procced equally, as some have a different chance of being applied. Keep in mind I am using the creeper's chance, as the Brain is simply half the chance. Debuffs that have an 11 out of 89 chance to proc are Poison, Darkness, Bleed, Slowness, Weak, Silence, Broken Armor, and the ones that have a 2 out of 81 chance are Curse and Confuse. Like the Eater, there are two ways of spawning the boss: breaking 3 Crimson Hearts or using a Bloody Spine whilst in the Crimson. The Brain of Confusion is probably one of the best accessories you can get from an Expert mode boss, allowing you to dodge, similar to the Master Ninja gear. If the player breaks 6 Crimson Hearts, there will be 2 Brains that share the same creepers. In For the Worthy, gravity gets reversed upon entering the second phase. With the Eater, you can easily farm for biome keys by farming the boss. However, creepers of the Brain don't actually have the ability to drop biome keys. The creepers have an increased chance of dropping hearts upon death than the normal enemy. Additionally, the Brain in Classic mode doesn't drop any tissue samples, and the only way to get them is from the creepers. While the Eater Bros has a mechanical counterpart, the Destroyer, the Brain doesn't actually have one. The developmental reason for this was because the Brain was added in 1.2 after the mech bosses were already introduced, and the lore reason, which states that the mechanic never finished the mechanical Brain for Cthulhu, supposedly because we freed her before she could finish it, so Relogic wrote out the mechanical Mother Brain. This is odd because the Eater Bros not actually related to Cthulhu, at least as far as I know, and therefore the Destroyer is unrelated to the Eater Bros. But supposedly the creepers have a mechanical variant in the probes. I also generally think that boss 3 fits the Brain much more than the Destroyer, but 1.4.5 will give most bosses unique soundtracks, so I guess we'll have to see which one keeps boss 3. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Terraria facts. Comment down below for some information I didn't mention about.